Hi, my name is Jacqueline Beans, and I'm going to be giving an informational speech today. And these are my 5 audience members. Can you guys wave at the camera? They are UVA students. To start off, I want you to imagine that you've just waited for 3 hours at the DMV only to get to the front of the line and realize you don't have the paperwork you needed. You come home to find your basement flooded, and to top it all off, your dog ran away. So of course, naturally, you call your boyfriend, only he doesn't answer. Who's going to listen to your day? Who's going to empathize with this horrible thing that has happened to you? So, you make a Facebook status, and immediately the likes start pouring in. The comments come, people tell you that they feel for you, that they're with you, and you have this instant connection to all of these people that are hearing from you. And because of this, you don't even feel the need to tell your boyfriend later that night. So how does this friendship and connection with others affect the deep relationships in our life? Modern technology allows us to stay connected with people and also avoid the things that we don't want to engage in. So, today I'm going to discuss how technology changes how people relate to each other by distracting, causing jealousy, or facilitating online relationships called computer-mediated relationships. So, let's begin by understanding how social media connects us to people and how that can affect deep connections that exist in romantic relationships. As you can see by this visual, the number of times the average person checks their phone is 9. The number of times people check their phones a day is 144 times. And the time when people are most active in checking their phones is 5 to 8 p.m. So clearly this can affect a romantic relationship. Smartphones are a source of omnipresent stimulation, and they can forge a feeling of instant connection to other people. They can change how we feel about deeper relationships when surface-level relationships are constantly present. In Sherry Tuchel's TED Talk called Connected But Alone, she describes that social media and social networking allows us to feel friendship without requiring any vulnerability, which can be uncomfortable for people. And smartphones create the illusion that we never have to be alone. We can have instant connection whenever we want it, however we want it, and we can get affirmation and encouragement and connection from anyone we want, and maybe that negates the need to get it from a romantic partner. This connection can be distracting from the people who are right around us. In a New York Times article by Wygant called Social Media is Romance Contraception, he details a scene that he saw unfolding at an LA Starbucks, where he saw this man clearly interested in a woman, trying to talk to her, looking at her, but she was just looking down at her smartphone the whole time. So he leaned over to see what she was doing, and she was posting a Facebook status that said, "Where can anyone meet a good man these days?" And he was struck. You could have met a good man, maybe, right then. And so the point is that it can cause distractions from the people who are right around you. Sherry Tuchel in that same TED Talk talks about how smartphones and social media can distract us from grief, such as scrolling through Instagram at a funeral or making Twitters when you've just had a fight with your significant other going to bed. And now that we've talked about how social media and smartphones can lead to distractions, we're going to talk about how they create jealousy. So, constant connection to technology can cause jealousy to emerge in romantic relationships. Mary Oaklander, in a Time magazine article entitled How Your Smartphone is Ruining Your Relationship, focused on a study of college students. And the study showed that people who were more dependent on their smartphones felt less certain about their romantic partner. And people who felt their partner were more dependent on their smartphones felt less satisfied in their romantic relationships. I think a good visual that explains this is this image right here. The same study showed that in general, people were jealous of the attention their partner gave their smartphone, as you can see by this married couple who are clearly distracted and not paying attention to each other. And because jealousy leads to romantic dissatisfaction, it's salient that social networking sites can disrupt romantic relationships by inciting jealousy. A study on Facebook intrusion by Rachel Elphinson and Patricia Noller showed that Facebook has intrusion on people's personal lives if they think about it when they're not using it, they're arguing about their Facebook use, or they only really feel connected to others when they're on Facebook. Facebook facilitates surveillance behaviors such as stalking your partner's relationship past, and studies do link in this same article that Facebook exposure to jealousy. And so These face-to-face, more conventional relationships can be affected by technology. But now I'm going to talk about a relationship that exists because of technology. And these are computer-mediated relationships. In an article by Merkel and Richardson called Digital Dating and Virtual Reading, they answer this question: could computer-mediated relationships promote personal disclosure and intimacy more so than face-to-face relationships? The reason for this might be that you're more willing to disclose personal details chatting to someone online because there's safety and anonymity, and also the only thing you really have to offer someone in that setting is details about your life. These relationships might just change the meaning of infidelity. The nature of these relationships is different than face-to-face relationships, so what's considered infidelity could be different in the online context than in the face-to-face context. The presence of technology can change the meaning of infidelity in traditional romantic relationships too, because there's readily accessible alternate partners. All you have to do is swipe. There are sources of connection everywhere you look on social media sites, and there's also readily available pornographic content. So, do romantic partners need to redefine expectations in their relationships? As you can see, new technology has created both opportunities for new relationships and new complications in traditional face-to-face romantic relationships. Today you've learned about how modern technology can affect romantic relationships in terms of distraction, jealousy, and by way of creating computer-mediated relationships. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What if, because of social media and modern technology, they replace the need for romantic relationships altogether because of the connection and intimacy without that vulnerability that they offer? Thank you.